Alright, welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. So, again, due to recent events, I'm only going to make this as my last video. And then I'm going to... Damn, I got to go get my clothes out of the dryer. This has been another bad day. Alright, so, yeah, this has been another bad day. I may make more videos, but I think I'm going to work on songs. Because I don't have to work tomorrow, but I'm going to post these and not worry about the song. But I'm going to probably work on the songs. So, alright, as you all know, if you've been following me, you know I have a few issues with a few people in my family dynamic. And today, another person that I have an issue with in my family dynamic, with his fucking dog, he got me pissed off because he showed up and nobody would ask this asshole about the fucking dog. Alright? So, he's a 20-year-old kid, and I get it. I was 20, but I never got the chance to be a kid. I did what was expected of me, and it's cost me everything. So, the thing with this kid is, he just had a kid. Alright? But we told him not to get the dog. And this disrespectful little bastard got the dog. I have a hip replacement. I cannot be getting jerked by this fucker's dog. I don't think that I should have to deal with his dog. Simple as that. I don't think that I should have to deal with the dog. And this little asshole doesn't want to deal with the dog. Now, we've given this fucker all kinds of ultimatums, and he still won't do the grown-ass thing and either go come get the dog and take it where he said he had a place for it to go, because the dog had passed away, so his dog had an option. But instead of doing that, this dumb son of a bitch has not done that. So, he came here twice today, and no one's sat down honestly and had a talk to him. And I would have done my Scarlet Spider thing, but he pissed me off so bad just by showing up here that I couldn't do it. Just so that that I got that off my chest. He made me so goddamn mad because there's a line that persons should never cross. Alright, there are respect lines that you should never cross, no matter what the circumstance is, especially when you don't have money to support yourself, let alone get something else that you can't support. Like, you don't have your own home, don't buy pets. You don't have a place to go, don't buy all of this. Alright? And that one's personal stab to me. I would have everything I ever needed if I would have looked out for me instead of looking out for family members, which is how I basically screwed myself. But see, when you look out for family members are supposed to look out for you. Not here. That's not how this shit works. This is the opposite. In this family, it's a fuck you, I do what I want versus, well, you did the right thing, I should do the right thing too kind of thing. No, that deal doesn't work here because most of my family members have some moral compass issues, and that includes the patriarch or the matriarch, whatever the hell you're supposed to call it, the female lead. When you take your lead from somebody who don't have morals, you won't have morals. And then if you take your lead from someone who can't acknowledge that they don't have morals or won't do the right thing come hell or high water, it kind of leaves you caught between a rock and a hard place. Because doing the right thing really ain't that damn hard. Just people in my family dynamic just choose not to do the right thing because doing the right thing to them is a motherfucking crime. And when you feel that way, you probably shouldn't be allowed to breathe the air in which people breathe. I'm no saint, by far. But here's the thing. I don't go out of my way to make other people's lives miserable. I don't go out of my way to rub that shit in their face. I'm one of them people. As I said in the other video, I don't ever want to be the guy that when you borrow money from me, I got to constantly throw that shit in your face that you need to pay my shit back. And this is how it got there. People like him, instead of doing what's right, forced my hand. That's why I went off. That's why I did not do my Scarlet Spider skit that I wanted to do tonight, because I'm just angry as hell. And in closing of this video, the hardest part of being me is keeping my hands to myself. See, I've been fighting since I was 6 years old. And it wasn't by choice. It was by force and course. So, back in the late 70s, early 80s, most little kids that grew up in the ghetto, we fought. We didn't have a choice. Family members put money on us, all that bullshit. And I never lost. No, I didn't have a choice. I had uncles who were over 6 feet, and here I am at 4'11", 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. I'm fighting because I'm more afraid of them than I am of the guy who's bigger than me in the battlefield. And then it got to the point where I only had to fight one guy over and over and over. And I apologized to that guy so many times. He told me if I apologize one more time, he's going to shoot me. And I regret that shit. I regret every time I threw a punch. Every time. When I started learning martial arts, it was so that I could beat people who were bigger than me up. I'm not going to lie about that. I did not take martial arts to become a champion. I did not take martial arts to become a hero. I took martial arts because I had to be better at fighting. It's just that simple. I had to learn how to fight. I had to be able to beat people who were 3 times my size, and martial arts was that kick. No, it's easy as that. To say anything else would to be a fucking lie. I did not learn martial arts to defend myself. I learned martial arts to become a better fighter. Now, here's how this works. When you're this big, this being me, and the other people are way up here, and they give you an ultimatum. You fight that one, or you fight us. We're training you to fight, but if you don't fight this one and whoop his ass, we're going to whoop your ass and make you go fight him again until you whoop their ass. Fear is a hell of a motivator. And when you put the fear of God in a child, that child can do amazing fucking things. Amazing things. I'm not proud of that shit. No. Part of me is, but most of me is not. But see, as the guy that told me if I apologize one more time, he's going to shoot me, explained to me, you were a child. You didn't have a choice. Now I had a choice. I could take the ass whooping. But when I weighed the pros and cons as a child, that really wasn't really a favorable option. And it's better to give pain than receive it. So when my nephew showed up tonight, this was going to be on. That suit and the original, not the spare suit. No, I was going to go in, do all kinds of Spider-Man stuff with the Captain America shield, all that. And it went to hell in a handbasket the second I saw him. Because he was here earlier that day. You know, he has a newborn baby. And he has a dog that he wants but doesn't want. See, he wants the dog, but he doesn't want to do the part that come with the dog. He's not here every day to take the dog out. Because now he's living in another part of the state. But he can't be a grown-ass man and take the dog with him. So tonight, his exact words to me were, when my child gets a little older, no, Dick, you take the motherfucker now. The dog doesn't have to be in the same house with the child. You had a place set up for the dog. We told you not to get the dog. You don't pay for the dog food. You weren't here to try to get a shot in the dog. You don't clean up the dog shit. And anybody who thinks that I'm wrong about everything I'm saying here, write in the comments. Tell me I'm an asshole. Tell me I'm a dick. But let me explain to you before you go opening your mouth and telling me that shit. You know, you're not in my shoes. You haven't given up your life for everyone and not taking care of yourself. You haven't put yourself in a position where there's no easy way out. You haven't had to take care of somebody else's child instead of going out to start your own family. You didn't have to give up jobs that would have paid you big dividends compared to the shit you're doing right now, cleaning toilets and shit, to benefit other people. You did it to help them, but it didn't help you, and they pretty much laugh in your face all the time. I don't like my job, but I need my job. There's 20 million people on the earth right now who's working a job that they don't like. And it's not because we choose to work that job. It's that you can't just quit a job without some kind of trade, without some kind of skill set, and no one really wants a 5'3" bodyguard. And you can look at me, I don't intimidate anyone. But see, that's my weapon. If I don't look scary, you'll never see me coming. But that's my reality. The reality of reality is no one's going to hire a 5'3" bodyguard. It's just that simple. And now, I will say it depends on where you are. It's a whole lot easier for a short woman to get a job that a big man can do. Because, you know, if a girl's going to kick my ass, it's going to be because I was too busy staring at her boobs and not thinking that she could kick my ass. Where if a little guy like me kicks your ass, you'd be like, well, I got beat up by like Timmy from like Stars and stuff, you know. I got beat up from some little tiny midget type guy. No one's gonna want that, but no one's gonna see it coming. But also, if you're working for someone who's like The Rock size or Jason Momoa size, who really don't really need bodyguards, because those people are just gonna be scared of them because they're big. I'm not scaring anyone. When people look at me, they're not intimidated or scared by me at all, and that's probably my superpower, you know, because I don't look dangerous, and I like it that way. Because most people, when they look at me, they just think they can whoop my ass. And as long as they think that, they don't understand how reality works. Because what happens up here doesn't always translate here. Happens, you know. I've beaten up many a men, and I ain't never had to fight nobody smaller than me. Small people are dangerous. Dynamite comes in all packages, but the ones that come in the smallest package makes the loudest boom. Anyway, moving on. The resistance to hurt people is a very, very hard thing for me. And most people don't get that shit. You know, there's only so much I can take before I have to wrap my hands around somebody's neck. That is the only thing that I regret in life, is that impulse does not go away. And when I got into the army, the impulse kind of grew a little bit more. So, you know, I got to be real careful with the things I do. You know, I don't really give a damn about the things I say, but I got to be real careful with the things I do. And I like my freedom, which is the main thing. I like my freedom. So I don't want to lose my freedom by doing something stupid, you know, because nobody's going to bail me out of jail. Nobody's going to make my car payments. No one's going to pay for my car insurance. Nobody's going to put money on my ticket. No. The guys I named in the previous video, they will do that for me. But my biological family will pretty much give me the finger and leave me there to rot. You know, because that's how they are. Simple as that. Which is why I don't do anything stupid, so I don't lose my freedom. Because freedom is all we really have, you know. And we ain't really got that much of that. As a veteran, I can speak freely on that. We don't have as much freedom as you think. That being said, this is Kung Fu Epic number 2. Thanks for watching. Be seeing you.